Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where any of the stories today would get me in trouble, I will just tell you this is Ballot.
That's right. Today, Trump invoked bad guys from World War II movies, and Marjorie Taylor Greene has a conspiracy that I don't even want to say out loud. Yikes! Let's hit this! Well, folks, the 2024 campaign trail has taken a hard turn into wildly offensive territory once again, courtesy of our old pal Donald Trump. This time around, Team Trump broadcast a video teasing his second-term agenda with the low-key phrase, Unified Reich, just kind of casually tossed in there. No biggie. Yes, the same word intimately associated with Hitler's murderous Nazi regime was prominently featured in this fevered MAGA fantasy reel full of tough-on-immigration rhetoric and economic fear-mongering. But I'm sure it was just an innocent linguistic mix-up from the stable geniuses behind President's solid campaign messaging. In the 30-second clip aired on Truth Social, because of course it was, hypothetical future headlines trumpet things like 15 million illegal aliens deported amidst an economy booms. You know, all standard dog whistle fare. But then, oopsie, slipped right in there not once but twice. Driven by the creation of a unified Reich. Yikes! Unsurprisingly, President Biden wasted no time calling out this supremely troubling rhetoric, releasing a fired-up video of his own blasting the unified Reich phrasing as Hitler's language that's not America's. He added the scathing clapback, "He cares about holding on to power. I care about you." The Biden campaign similarly condemned what they called Trump echoing anti-Semitic tropes and being a threat to our democracy. But of course, Team MAGA is doing epic linguistic backflips to rewrite this one. A Trump spokeswoman first tried the old, just an online rando, not official campaign comms defense. But after that failed to stick the landing, they pivoted to slamming Biden as the real extremist who has bowed down to radical anti-Semites like the Squad. Makes total sense. To cover all bases, they also claimed Trump totally didn't know about the Reich reference because he was too busy being on trial in New York. You know, the same guy who compared Biden's administration to the literal Gestapo just weeks ago. Plausible deniability? Now, to be fair, the unified Reich phrasing does appear to be pulled near verbatim from a Wikipedia page about German industrial growth after 1871. So maybe it was just an overzealous attempt to beef up the economic nationalism bona fides by name-dropping German imperial history. I guess we should have seen it coming from the guy whose rockin' 2024 tagline appears to be, "What's a little light fascism between friends?" Late night weighed in. Jimmy Kimmel joked, "The good news is that Trump wants to bring the country together. The bad news is, that country is Germany in 1933. When they saw the ad, even Confederate statues were like, you should take that down. They should know it's wrong to blame a staffer when you get caught doing something fascist. You're supposed to blame Sam Alito's wife." Stephen Colbert asked, "What else does this man have to do for people to see what he is? Grow the mustache?" I want to stay out of trouble here, so let me dance around the details of this next story. Marjorie Taylor Greene is at it again, with claims that would make even Alex Jones say, "All right, let's pump the brakes here." This time, MTG is alleging that the FBI literally tried to assassinate a really famous orange person during the Mar-a-Lago raid. Yes, the Georgia Peach is claiming the DOJ gave the green light for agents to terminate the casino guy with extreme prejudice while recovering those boxes of classified documents he definitely didn't hoard like a doomsday prepper. I'm sure the hundreds of FBI agents involved were just itching to get in a shootout and kickstart the next civil war. Of course, her scathing allegation stems from the explosive revelation that a DOJ briefing noted, "Law enforcement may use deadly force when necessary." A standard operating procedure line that apparently sent MTG into the straight panic room. Next, she's going to be aghast that hamburgers may contain meat. Never one to miss a cell phone opportunity, Trump himself amplified the hysteria by saying the admission Biden authorized the FBI to use deadly force makes him a serious threat to democracy. Yes, this from the guy who incited an actual insurrection and whose supporters hunted lawmakers in the Capitol. Admirable commitment to gaslight, gate, girl boss, I suppose. In a shocking twist, the FBI was like, "Yeah, no, that's just boilerplate policy for all warrants in case, people start shooting at us." Darn those dastardly bureaucrats and their checks against agents getting iced while lawfully doing their jobs. But why should a little common sense stop the right-wing perpetual victim machine? We've got former FBI guys calmly stating every operations order contains the deadly force policy, met with rabid claims it's proof of something nefarious. Do these folks think Jack Bauer just wings it during stings? Look, I get that the deep state tried to whack the TV reality show host because reasons is a much zestier narrative than disgraced former president improperly handled state secrets. But peddling assassination falsities to rile up the MAGA base is pretty vile, even for MTG's lofty standards of unhinged behavior. Then again, maybe we shouldn't be surprised this congresswoman whose own colleagues have called a clown is spearheading the spurious witch hunt du jour. At least it's on brand for the woman who recently claimed a Democrat colleague's eyelashes were impairing her vision during a hearing. In any case, kudos to MTG and Trump for once again making the rationale among us want to drink away the dumbassery of America's civic situation. If this is the level of political discourse during the grand stalemate of 2024, we're well and truly effed in the wig. The Showtime event of the season, Donald Trump's Manhattan criminal trial over alleged hush money payments, is heading into its dramatic finale next week, as both sides have finally rested their cases. That's right. After weeks of testimony that felt longer than the line at a MAGA Comic-Con, the judge has decided to take a little Memorial Day breather before unleashing the legal teams for their sure-to-be gripping closing arguments. I'm sure special counsel Jack Smith can't wait to put his feet up with a couple of on-dog brews before delivering the speech of a lifetime. In classic cliffhanger fashion, Judge Juan Merchan left us all on the edge of our seats by telling the jury to reconvene next Tuesday. Because nothing builds suspense for a potentially historic moment, quite like a federal holiday bookended by scheduling conflicts. It's classic Shondaland pacing. So get ready to fire up those TV trays and microwave snacky cakes, because next week's closing arguments promise all the high drama and endless commercial interruptions that make living in the real-life writer's room so utterly enthralling. Did Trump do crimes? Is his entire defense banking on yet another classified G-Rex shocker? Will Alvin Bragg stick the landing, or has this whole case become a lame duck hunt? I'm sure we'll all have wildly divergent takeaways that will accomplish nothing but further chaos in the discourse. But hey, that's entertainment, baby! Jimmy Kimmel joked that Trump wanted to take the stand, but then he saw it was 3 steps without a handrail. Portions of today's podcast were created with the help of AI.